Hey viewers, this is a quick introduction video we put together for the new TSX 561, Alto's new stand-on mower.
After we did our first prototype unit and we took it on the steepest part of our test hill, everybody was pretty wowed over what it could do. And I think from there we knew we needed to take it further and actually bring something of this caliber to production.
There are a lot of advantages to stand-on mowers. They are nimble and quick, they take up less room on a trailer, and they're easy to get on and off of, which is very convenient when having to pick up debris or move things out of the way. And the TSX 561 is the first stand-on with tracks. The Track TSX has many benefits beyond the fact that it can go places where wheeled stand-on mowers can't go. The ride is smooth and unequaled by any wheeled mower. Stability is amazing. Traction is awesome. The TSX comes extreme incline ready. The unmatched smooth ride is created as the long span of the tracks walk up and over objects. The tracks bridge over ruts and holes with no impact to the operator. This, in combination with the TorqueFlex front suspension, creates a ride as smooth as glass. The amazing side hill stability and uphill safety is not only because of a large footprint, but also because of the pivot point being further back. With a wheeled mower, the pivot point is right here behind the deck, which is your point of pivot. With a track, you have a lot more traction area and a longer footprint, so your pivot point is actually right back here. On an incline, using the tracks, the pivot point is in a much safer spot. Will it climb hills, you ask? Yes! In combining the right engine, the right transmission, and the unrivaled gripping power of tracks, the TSX climbs like a mountain goat. Now let's take a look at that operator platform.
So on the TSX, we spent a lot of time laying out the cockpit for ease of use and visibility. The Smart Track is located off to one side away from the steering sticks. We integrated a dial throttle to keep it out of the way of the steering sticks. We wanted to try and keep the operator from reaching under, reaching around, having difficulty accessing points that they need to use often.
The first thing you're going to notice about the operator station is the operator platform with the non-slip floor. And it is two-position adjustable. You loosen these two knobs. For guys that aren't as tall as I am, that's a nice position. For guys that are taller than me, that's a nice position. Underneath we have coil spring over adjustable gas shocks for a really smooth ride on the operator platform. Back to the top here, I'll put this on the other position. As you step onto the operator platform, you'll notice these two foot pads, one on each side. So when you're doing a side hill, you can get your foot on there and actually use the side of the pad here for get a little good grip on the unit. Moving up to the control area, like Josh said, you'll notice everything is easily accessible without getting off the machine. Just a quick overview of our controls. On the left side, our parking brake, which lock both the tracks and the steering levers. Our Smart Track Pro with soft start, our front bar, which is adjustable, our rear bar. Between the two of these, your hand is always on something, it's always braced. Electronic throttle, no lever to mess with or try to get to, just a nice electronic throttle dial. Over here is your deck lift lever, your deck height adjustment, easily accessible. And right within easy view is your fuel gauge. Looking to the left, there's a nice clear line of sight to the offset deck. Nothing in the way here. You can always see the trim side of your mower. The offset deck allows you to go underneath fences, around trees, etc. much easier. And there's some other interesting redesign features as well.
So with the deck for the stander, we took the a proven existing design and tailored it to this new unit and added a few features to it. We offset the deck for a little better rider visibility and also integrated a rear discharge chute. Now on the TSX, the operator is behind the deck, so we needed to address debris and clippings coming back at the operator. So that's where this rugged steel chute comes from, is both the protectant for the operator, plus it directs clippings where we want them.
Not only did we add the rear discharge chute, we also designed the deck a little differently. Part of that design is it's a little higher in front here, so it doesn't push the grass down. which results in a cleaner, better cut. Now, the engine on this thing is a Kawasaki FX850V EFI. She's a fine unit. We chose the Kawasaki engine for a few reasons, including the multi-port electronic fuel injection, which allows you to use throttle by wire. Also, this has integrated electronic throttle control, which helps you power through the toughest mowing conditions. Like the TRX, we've added the TorqueFlex front suspension for a really smooth ride and flat-free tires. And last but not least is our generous 8.5-gallon fuel tank for many hours of uninterrupted mowing pleasure. Now that wraps up our 360-degree tour of the TSX 561. Remember though, when you take these tracks, that deck, that front suspension, Kawasaki engine, and a variety of other features and benefits on the TSX 561, you've got one great machine.